what you said in that text, or really what you meant, let's be honest. Not a day I regret, the few years that we spent, I loved it. Every moment with you, every time spent with you, I promise that I really did cherish it. Got some others can't refuse, a relationship straight out the movies. I didn't want us to end, but I couldn't stop it. Mistakes I've made had me crying on the carpet. You know there's nothing like us when we started. I didn't want us to end, I couldn't stop it. Oh, no. Been stopping.
All right, so before we start the tour and get some coffee real quick,
we need that stuff.
What's up? It's Juice Audio. Today we're at Steven's home studio, the owner of Studio 22, and this is where he does a lot of his mixing.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you letting me come, man.
Appreciate you coming, man.
This studio is fire, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can see how it is right now. All white, open, wide open.
Thank you.
Yep, so let's talk about, we should go over first, acoustics?
Sure, yeah, we could. So the acoustics were made and installed by John Hunter Acoustics out in Los Angeles. They're phenomenal, bro. They and their team are amazing. Victor's one of the main install guys. Victor's amazing. Yeah, bro, they did a phenomenal job. I actually, I was undergoing a surgery when they were getting installed here.
Dang.
So it was back in like December or so, but I remember I came home from the hospital. I'm like, man, this looks great. So yeah, it was crazy, but it was a cool like little welcome home kind of gift, I guess, if you will. But yeah,
I definitely like the all white look. Like all the panels I make are like black. So now I've always been worried about like all white because like it can get dirty, you know?
Yeah.
But now that I'm seeing it and it's not dirty, I can.
Yeah, no, as long as you're just like careful, bro, and you just you tell your people like, hey, just don't really touch the panels. Like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The all white looks amazing. I think in like any color room.
Yeah.
Especially if like I feel like the top ceiling is white. I think it really contrasts nicely.
Yeah, it's like a wide open, kind of, and like inspiring, not just dark and moody.
Yeah, I just feel, I don't know, I feel like it like easier to breathe kind of.
You slide these gobos over like when you mix, or you just kind of leave them?
I just leave them, bro.
You leave
I think it's fine. I just leave them for the most part.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out every mix turns out pretty good. So
nice.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
Got this huge cloud above us. This is like a 10-foot cloud, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I think it might be like an 8 by, what would that be, like 8 by 4 or something?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Something along the lines of that.
It's pretty dead, honestly. Yeah, that's fire. So today I'm proud to say that this video is sponsored by Buchardt Audio, a Danish high-end speaker company who not only makes the best looking speakers I've seen, but also some of the best sounding speakers I've heard for the price. You might be asking, why would I care about hi-fi speakers? I'm here to mix, produce, and master. Well, luckily they have just the model for you. The new A10s are a compact full-range speaker that not only produce a lifelike sound for casual listening, but with the download of their studio master tuning, change into clinical near-field monitors. They play from 28 to 40,000 hertz at plus or minus 1 dB, and feature the new high-end Purify woofer that plays deep bass with insanely low distortion. The accuracy is razor sharp with fast transients and deep soundstage, all while never being fatiguing due to their new aluminum tweeter. They are a sealed cabinet handmade out of real wood, such as walnut, oak, and ash. So when you're not working on a mix, they have models from compact to tower speakers that look and sound world class. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about them, click the link down in my description to hear about how they fit into my studio workflow. Cool, man. What kind of desk you got here?
This desk is made by, I think it's A to Z Workstations. They have like a little website. I think they're also based in Los Angeles. I think specifically Anaheim, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. So it's the same makers of the desk in Rockland, and it's literally the same desk, but it's just like the mini version. Because the one in Rockland's like just super long, but this is just the mini version of that desk. And Yeah, they're great makers, bro. They're phenomenal. They ship it super secure and like really like literal like box crates, and they just ship it. And yeah, man, it's super easy to build and assemble as well.
Yeah, I like having like the gear like accessible.
Yeah,
right in front of you.
Exactly.
Instead of like on a sidecar.
No, exactly. Because I mean, in the Rockland studio, it's kind of like that, you know, because it's such a big desk. You know, the preamp and the compressors all the way, to your left, so you have to like kind of reach over the desk. But yeah, it works out super well, bro. I love this station more, and like I said, I hate that I say this, but I love this studio more than my Rockland studio. To be honest with you, I think maybe it's just because like the colors are kind of more my vibe, and you know, it's a home studio, so it's a lot more comfortable. And you know, like I was telling you earlier, we got the open windows with the air and the nature outside. Got the birds chirping, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's fire, man. I like everything's clean too. Like did you have this room custom built?
No, this used to be a bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this used to be a bedroom.
That's fire. It's like just worked out perfect, huh?
Yeah, it just worked out, man. And then got the panels made. I think the panels really gave it that final feel, you know. And John and the guys are able to do the Govel stands, you know, so you don't have to, you know, drill anything into doors, and it just kind of makes it feel complete.
Yeah, I've been actually wanting to make gobos for a long time, but now I see how it's done. I might have to take a crack at it and see.
Yeah. Take some pictures of them for sure, man. Yeah, they did a great job.
Nice. I'm gonna have to look into that too. I like how they're spaced off the wall too.
Yeah. No, it's super nice. I know they do that for a certain purpose. I'm not an acoustic guy by any means whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
just makes them like more effective somehow.
Yeah.
All right. So the big deal right here, PMCs.
PMCs.
What do you got to say?
Man, they're amazing, bro. Like I was saying in the last interview, the low end's phenomenal. I cannot get over the low end, and the mid frequencies are amazing as well. Yeah, man, they have a nice little bright sound to them. They're amazing, phenomenal speakers. They're so much fun to mix on, you know, because I just feel like they give you so much depth, and you're able to really, you know, if you're doing like an R&B kind of mix and you're trying to make it very soulful, you know, in some cases like seductive, you know, like you can really just like feel it out, and you can really hear exactly what you're doing because there's just so much detail to them. So yeah, bro, they're a pleasure to mix on for sure.
Oh man, they sound killer, bro. So I listened to like one song on these, and so far like what I could say about these is like they're brighter than like ATCs. ATCs are like a little dark on the top end, which some people have a problem with. But like finding the balance between like fun to listen to and easy to mix on is like that's when you meet like on the perfect spot, you know?
Yeah, and like, I think these really do it all, at least in my opinion. You know, from speakers I've gotten to have the pleasure of mixing on. You know, they really have it all, man. You know, they're fun to mix on, they're good to mix on, they're easy to mix on. You know, there's so much detail there. It's, you know, it's a pleasure to mix on.
Do you find them like fatiguing at all, having like all the air in the top?
Not really, no.
No,
I don't think so.
Nice.
Yeah, they're great, man.
Yeah, they're definitely not bright when you're like, oh my god, like, you know, like it's bright.
Yeah, no, they're not just like slamming inside of your face.
Yeah,
Exactly.
nice, smooth, because they got the mid-range dome, so it's like nice and smooth. It's a good combination of everything.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, they're in video they might look huge, but they're just a box. Like we were talking about this earlier. Like they're not they're not huge.
Yeah, put your hand in the middle. Like people can see, it's really.
I have a huge hand, by the way. So
they're big speakers, but they're not massive.
Yeah,
you know,
they could fit in like a medium-sized bedroom. This is like a medium-sized.
Oh yeah,
they could fit in small. Honestly, yeah,
they could for sure.
Yeah, and the bass is just hitting. Like it felt like they extend low for sure.
And they're not loud either. So you can, you know, just like the Focals, those get loud. You know, but these I think they don't get as loud just because they are mixing purposes specifically.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, bro, they're amazing for sure.
And you like this Grace? I like enough that you use that in your other studio.
I do like it. I think their controller is very like easy to go about, and it's pretty straightforward. The setup's very simple. You know, I did all the chord control and the install myself. It's all very simple.
So you just have it through ADAT, or is it through something else?
Yeah, ADAT. Yes, sir.
ADAT. Okay, cool. Yeah. Does it like? Did you listen to these speakers before you plugged that in? Like, does it have any? Like some DA converters have a certain sound to them. You know?
I think I did. I could be wrong. I think I did. I think I might have just plugged them straight into the Apollo just because I was like so anxious to hear them and hear what they sounded like. And I think the Grace did give them more of like a sound for sure.
They did.
You know, I think, you know, the Apollo's great, you know, but I think once you add on that extra piece, which is the Grace, which is a legendary, you know, audio controller. Is that the right term?
Yeah.
I think I'm saying the right term?
Monitor controller, yeah.
Monitor controller, yeah. It's a great, you know, it's a phenomenal monitor controller. So I think it really adds on.
2-3 speakers, you got mono left and right. Yeah, that's a lot of like functionality.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
they
use
got
the
in
Apollo a lot, and it has like the alternate alt button, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the sound of that is like nice and sparkly. For the most part, like I've had the RME sent to me recently, but that one has like some thick bass. Like it literally
Wow.
it doesn't add to the bass. I feel like I'm just getting what the speakers are meant to play.
Okay,
you know?
I see.
It's like one of those things you have to hear, and you're like, oh, like dang,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
No, most definitely.
But-
And it's got a talkback right on the controller as well.
Oh, that's fire.
So I mean, in this situation, I don't use it in here.
Yeah.
I literally I have headphones on. When
Yeah.
when someone's recording, I have headphones on. They have headphones on. I just turn the speakers all the way down, and then that's how we do it here. But
Okay,
in the Rockland location, because we
Yeah.
have a separate booth, that talkback is really nice and convenient just to have on that controller, and it's a really good sounding talkback mic. So it
Nice.
works out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another big problem I have with the Apollo. This actually has a talkback, but it's just straight garbage. It's just like
Oh
like
yeah, I didn't even know it has one.
Yeah,
Wow,
if you map it on this button and you click that, then it'll go through.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I never even knew.
That's one of those hidden features that I just found randomly.
Okay, nice.
So the vocal chain, the big deal right here.
Man, well, it's the same exact one as the Rockland location. We got the Neve 1073 going into the Teletronics 2A, and then of course the beautiful and phenomenal Sony C-800g, in all its glory, man.
That's the one, dude.
Yeah, man. I love my vocal chain. Some people might say that the 2A they would never use, but I love my 2A, man. It's phenomenal, bro. I get a great sounding mixes. I can't complain, bro. I love it.
It's great, bro.
Yeah.
It literally, like, only some things when you pay for it, you get the sound. Like, I've noticed, like, vocal chain, like, when you pay for it, you get what you pay for. You know?
I think that's very true when it comes to audio gear.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is like kind of like that. Like if you pay, I mean, I guess we could go along the side of like cars. Like if you pay $100,000, you're gonna get a super nice car.
Yeah.
If you pay 20 grand, you're gonna get a decent car. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of what you get what you pay for. I
Yeah.
feel like in most cases in the audio industry.
Yeah,
you know,
a
for
lot of
equipment.
stuff like mixed bus processing can be done in the box. So like when I use that kind of analog gear, I sometimes I feel like, is it worth the money? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like,
of course.
But mic is like one of those things, especially when I tried the Manly, I'm like, bro, like every cent that this mic costs is worth it.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, saves you in the box, like time. You know?
I would say the exact same thing with
Yeah.
the Sony, and like I said, I do a lot of hip hop and R&B music, and especially for the R&B and melodic music, the Sony it really does justice for the performers and the artist performance.
Yep. Nice, man. That's what people want to do. The Sony nowadays, a lot of people have like engineers I've talked to that don't have it. They have to like go out and rent it if they're doing like label like recordings and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, man, I think brand new they resell for like 20 grand or something crazy.
Now?
Yeah.
What?
Well, because there's a 1.5 year waiting list just to buy one.
Dang.
So you have to wait like 1.5 years unless you have some like kind of tapped in connects in the industry that can get you one sooner.
So it's just an investment then at that point.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I've seen on reverb.com. They have one up there for like 20 grand.
Dang.
And they retail, I think Sony's retail for, I think 10,500, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, man. No,
I remember a couple of years ago, like they stopped making them and everybody's freaking out. Like,
probably during the pandemic, huh?
yeah, they stopped making them. Everybody's freaking out. Like, oh my God, like they're selling Sonys for 30, 20 grand online and people are buying them.
Yeah, man.
I was like, whoever got one of those is sitting on some gold.
That's supply and demand, man. That's how it goes.
So I know we talked, but we didn't really talk much in the video. Like on the Neve over here, do you take any, you mess with the EQ at all or you just leave it flat?
I don't. I just leave it flat because I feel like compression's one thing, but I feel like having EQ going in is a different thing because you can't undo it. Okay. I'd rather have all like, I'd rather be able to, change things and touch it up inside, the box if that's what I'm looking to do. I don't, like, I don't know, like, let's say, for example, like the artist is recording the recording's done and then they just don't like the sound of how the EQ was when I was recording in, then it's like, I can't change it. And, there's other circumstances as well, but I think I just like being able to have that control of, once the recording's fully in there and then I can really go in and, manually do what I'd like to do.
So like on this, the 2A, how much do you think you like take off on the dynamics? Do you take off like 3 or 4 dB or are you like hammering it when you record?
I'd say around there. I don't hammer it too hard.
Okay.
No, not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick. So you got the Apollo that we talked about a little bit, the Grace, and this is the new MacBook Studio,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Like M2 or?
I want to say the
M2?
I believe.
That's
I could
no
be
problems?
wrong though. I could be wrong. Oh, it's been amazing.
Oh, nice.
It's phenomenal, bro. No problems at all.
Mac's the way to go,
Super
bro.
fast, yeah, super fast. Yeah, amazing.
He just bought a new Mac the other day, and I've had like my Mac from like 2020, like no problems, bro.
It just shocks me how like compact they can make it nowadays. It's like
just a box.
It's just a little tiny box. You know, now I mean, some people have these massive like PC cases. And it's just like that's all it is, bro.
The cheese grater.
Yeah, exactly.
At the studio, the other studio with the ATCs, we got the cheese grater, and I think bro.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that computer in his day was like $5,000, and this is like I don't know, like $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, around there.
And
like
that will like run laps around that computer, like
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, no, it does.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
How
it's
fast
insane.
technology grows, especially.
Oh, I know
that stuff.
I mean, now if you're talking about cell phones, you have a whole computer in this.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
And you got the proper like video too now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I mean, freaking 3 cameras on one phone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You got the Soundmaker stands. You got the same ones at the studio over there too. Is this the Apple's display?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the Apple display.
Nice.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was something that I was like, man, like, do I really want to spend that money on that?
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, I'm going to be looking at it for hours. I love just the design of it because I feel like it really goes with the modernness of the room.
It does.
You know, so I'm like, okay, I bite the bullet, get the stand or the monitor screen. So it's like, yeah, it's worth it. So I don't regret it at all. I love it.
Dude, honestly,
it's great.
It's like good quality. You could just see.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, bro.
The colors off.
It's super sleek.
Crazy, man. All right, let's move on to the mic.
Yes, sir.
The tube is inside this little case right here, I'm assuming?
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. I think I could be wrong, but
How long have you owned this one for?
I've had this one for less than a year, for sure. I've had this one for probably like, well, let's see, because I got this mic back in either December or early January. So it's been about 5-6 months. Yeah, so 5-6 months, about half a year. Yeah, man.
Fire. Yeah, we'll take a little test earlier. We'll have my boy Sean bless the mic real quick so you guys can hear how the vocal chain sounds. Like, you know, like over YouTube it might be one thing, but as at least you guys will know what you're gonna hear, you know. So
yeah,
you
definitely.
want to say something, Sean?
Technical difficulties. Yeah, I'm gonna do what he said, I guess.
All right. So like, what kind of tracking do you usually do in here? Is it more R&B like how you do over there at the studio?
I'd say a little bit of both. Mostly R&B and hip hop.
R&B, hip hop.
I have a session in a couple. I think it's what's the Tuesday. Yeah, today's Tuesday, so I have on Thursday. I have a country artist coming in.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they sound on that Sony. So we'll see how it goes. But I have if it doesn't sound right on the Sony, I have the 103 to have a backup. So if it doesn't sound right, then do the 103. But I'm excited to see how it sounds. So
I know we were talking about that. You want to start getting in the country, dude.
yeah, man. Then someone booked him. He's phenomenal too.
Really?
I listened to he has like 2 songs out, so I'm looking forward to it. But
I've been listening to a lot of country lately.
But yeah, mostly hip hop, R&B. Yeah.
Fire, man. How does this like mic compare to like to the 103? Like, does it have a lot different, or just a little bit?
I'd say it's a lot different personally. I think the 103 has a very moldable sound to it. I think if you want to make it's a really good like starting place for a mix. If you want to have a darker, warmer mix, you can do that. If you want to have a brighter mix, you can do that. It's very like moldable. But I feel like with the Sony, it's going into with that very bright and clear sound.
Yeah.
And me and my guys at the studio, we've played with it before, and we can't really seem to get rid of that bright and clear sound because that's obviously what's going in.
Yeah.
Even through EQ, it just doesn't sound right. But I mean, yeah, man, if you're looking for that, bright and clear mix as far as for like R&B vocals or it sounds really good on kind of like boom bap, kind of rap, kind of style stuff.
Okay.
It sounds really good on that. So I think, for certain genres, it's amazing, and if it sounds right, it sounds right. But, I think for some songs and for some people, it just doesn't sound right. So I think the 103 is definitely it's a lot better of a mic for like all situations, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Versatile.
It's a very versatile, like better for all situations kind of mic. So I think if you want to be comfortable, use the 103.
Yeah, okay.
But if you know what you're recording and you know that you're gonna record some R&B or some boom bap kind of hip hop music, it's gonna sound really good on the Sony. It's gonna sound better in my opinion. But
Nice, dude.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
think that's about everything we got in this room. We're gonna do that vocal take, and then I don't know what else we're gonna do.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. What you said in that text, or really what you meant, let's be honest. Not a day I regret, the few years that we spent, I loved it. Every moment with you, every time spent with you, I promise that I really did cherish it. Got some others can't refuse, a relationship straight out the movies. I didn't want us to end when I couldn't stop it. Mistakes I've made had me crying on the carpet. You know there's nothing like us when we started. I didn't want us to end, I couldn't stop it. Oh, no. Couldn't stop it.
All right, I hope you guys appreciated that video. We definitely had fun, and we did some unexpected stuff, like we just made a track like that that you heard in the intro.
Had to. Yep.
Yeah, and you went to work on the mix. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So if you guys want to follow Steven, just go ahead and hit him up on Instagram or on the website, Studio 22.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything you want to say?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, check out us, Studio 22 in Rockland. Check out me and my guys. We'll get you right every time.
Yep. That's
Yes,
it, man.
Sounds good.
All right.